Could be our first victim here. Yep, right there. Bang, bang. You do that. Dang, dang, dang. There we go. You've just seen it right there. So for those who wanted to know what it was, you literally just got a great look at it. And I'm very surprised I got to do it at the fucking beginning of the match, to be honest with you. But I'm not going to complain. So yeah, again, for those of you who weren't aware of what just happened, use a special action. You run into your opponent as Kaminari when you're using it. When you do that, it will basically stun them. And then you just hit them twice while they're frazzled. You fucking cheeky bastard. Hit them twice while they're frazzled. With the R2, use the gamma, and then continue the job. Bang, bang, gamma. There he goes, right there again for you. 2 times. The first 2 kills are the touch of death. So, if you've ever heard anyone talk about Kaminari's touch of death, there it is right there for you. Pretty straightforward. Not the hardest thing in the world to follow, but, you know, against tricky opposition, could be pretty tough to land. What's up guys, Set here, and I just started off the video, as you probably would have just seen, showing you how to do the touch of death combo with Kaminari. So pretty straightforward. Replay that as many times as you need to. And then I wanted to continue the video on here with a different match. Just showing you guys a pretty fun situation that we got ourselves into later on in this one. The start of the match, he was pretty boring, and the previous match, like from the touch of death, like it was pretty uneventful, not much going on, so I kind of didn't want to waste your time with a boring game. I try to make the games as fun as possible. So here we are, just looking again over one of the games I had offline. I think I dropped in with like 2 randoms. One of them like left at some point. He said, I've had enough. And the Bakugo and me just sort of, you know, pressed on, as you sometimes have to. So here we are, you know, going crazy with Kaminari. I don't think in this match I managed to hit the touch of death combo, which is why I included it at the start of this video, just so you guys could at least see that. But with that also being said, I think we did actually do it, just not fully. Like at some point in this video, I know that I started it, but they would die before I got to the end of it. I think there's 1 or 2 times like in the rest of this match. It's either once or twice, but again, it's not the full scope of it. I didn't even get to finish the full TOD because like they died halfway through it. So I guess to some degree we did hit it. Actually, wait a minute, did we hit it here? No, we was about to hit it there, but that wasn't what I was talking about though. So yeah, as you can see, that Bakugo is dead to rights. So even if you are playing Kaminari and you have the ability to pull off the touch of death combo, you have to remember these guys have teammates, and if they don't have teammates, there's third parties roaming around. So you're never always going to be guaranteed to get it, even if you do start it off in a, you know, in an advantageous way. But anyway, so yeah, this is just a fun little match with Kaminari. Obviously, because I'm commentating over it post-match, because I wasn't recording. This was taken from the PlayStation record feature. We'll just sort of, you know, go over some stuff that we do, maybe. I don't play Kaminari tons, but, you know, I get it. I know how he works. There's just some things with me when I'm playing. Sometimes I don't quite remember his ranges and some moves. Like, sometimes his R2, I don't remember how far it goes. Or sometimes, you know, like this move right here, sometimes I think it's going to be bigger than it is. Or I do what I do here and I accidentally overload. Yeah, the classic Kaminari. You know. But he is a pretty fun character. Again, he has a touch of death combo capability, which, you know, he loves it. His mobility isn't the best. But, you know, like with every character, I think there's give and take. I think I said to you once in a previous video with Kaminari, I always say don't do your beta unless you're guaranteed to hit it. And in that instance there, like, or at least if you think you're guaranteed to hit it. And in that instance there, like, I kind of did it out in the open without actually landing it. But the reason why I did it there, in those bushes, despite not being sure that I was going to hit it, is because I knew I had cover. Like, I was surrounded by bushes. So I knew that if I did it in there, there's no guarantee that I'm a sitting duck, because people don't necessarily see me So, like, there's little, you know, little tidbits that can go into, like, certain pieces of advice. You may be wondering why I went plus ultra there, but he hit me with his gamma, so he effectively stunned me while he was in plus ultra. So if he stunned me while I was in plus ultra, I knew this dude was about to electrocute me like I was on death row. So instead of, you know, being stun killed, I said to myself, look, if I don't go plus ultra, there's a very strong chance here that I just die on the spot. And if you die, what good is your plus ultra, you know? You can have 110% plus ultra, but if you're laying there on the ground, that don't mean shit. So sometimes you just gotta, even if it's not ideal, you just gotta, you know, just gotta hit that red button. Because if you don't hit that red button, someone's gonna hit you. With Kaminari, like, unlike some characters, like, having high ground with range on your side is brilliant. But, like, on his case, because his R2 doesn't actually reach that far, at most, you're just gonna use it to get a good idea of what is going on around you. Like, what is the situation on ground. Because you're not gonna snipe anyone. Not with this guy. His R2 doesn't go far enough. But again, it's nice to sometimes still get high in case you need a break, or, you know, hey, I want to look around, see what the scenario is looking like. Another thing with Kaminari, like, you see this kind of distance I'm at with, like, a Bakugo. You never want to be at, like, a... I don't want to use the word mid-range, but, like, a... it's not long range, but it's not mid-range either. But you guys know what I'm talking about. That range between you and another person where if they're a Todoroki, a Deku, an All Might, a Bakugo, if they're, like, one of those types, and you're at that distance where they can hit you, but your R2 or your Alpha won't reach them, that's the worst place to be for a Kaminari, because you're not close enough to do any of your stuff, and they're close enough to do all of their stuff. At least it'll feel that way to you. So whenever you're actually playing Kaminari and you're facing one of these guys that can hit you from way further away than you can hit them, you just have to get close. At the very least mid-range. Because if you can't hit your alphas on them, they're just going to whittle you down from further out, and by the time you do get in, you're probably going to be screwed. And again, you know, as you can see there, his gamma is pretty good for mobility. Like, you know, as far as he's concerned, anyway. You know, that thing ain't gonna win you any races. Let me put it that way. But it's better than nothing. Kaminari! I love the way this guy shouts his own name when he's fighting. How self-confident do you have to be? As you can see there, I sort of knew I was hanging around like, I think, an Ida and a Froppy. So I activated my special action, which can sometimes give you that little, you know, that little bit of advantage where if they attack you, they're going to get frazzled. And if they don't attack you, but they see it, it might make them think twice about stepping in your direction, which can also be really good for you. So when you're fighting Idas, when you're fighting... This guy got revived just to die. When you're fighting Idas, when you're fighting Froppies, that special action can make them think twice and give you some breathing room, or it might just make them attack anyway, and then they're going to get frazzled, and, you know, it's going to work out for you that way. So always keep that in your pocket as well. As you can see here, you know, I'm always talking to you guys about the mental aspect of the game. There's 3 teams here. We needed a breather. That's why I took a little second to dip out, let the other 2 teams fight it out while I resurrect. No point in me running around with 0 shields if I have a chance to get those shields back. And another good thing about his beta as well, like, you don't necessarily, like, need to be in the correct eye line. You don't need to be, like, things can be obstructing you and you can still land that shot. I nearly got away with this mad cheeky heal there until the Todoroki dropped down and, like, put me off. Yeah, so if you're, like, at certain elevations where it's kind of awkward, like I was, like, not too long ago with that Todoroki, you can still hit them with the beta while being relatively safe yourself. See, in that instance there, like, watching it back, I made a mistake. Like, when this guy puts his shield up, what I should have done is I should have, like, went over and, like, you know, hugged his ice wall and just hit him with the beta, and I would have fried both of them. But what I did instead was I stepped back. Maybe I was a bit too, you know, cautious about my level of shields. I'm not too sure, but if you look here, like, considering the damage I had already done to that Todoroki, like, I definitely could have stepped forward here and just dome frazzled them, but I didn't. Yeah, look, if I just walk up to that and then I press beta, like they're both done. But I don't know, I was an idiot instead, which is good. You know, it's the good thing about this is it's good for you guys to see me make mistakes, because you can also be like, yeah, I ain't gonna do that, or I can look at it and say, yeah, don't do that. Because no one can ever play the perfect game. What you want to try and do is just play as good as you can. You want to make the right decisions as much as possible, because no one can make the right decisions all the time. But if you're making the right decisions more often than not, then that's how you increase your chances of things like going better for you, rather than worse. In this instance here, when I was fighting a Froppy, Froppy's kind of like, you know, always tough no matter who you are to fight against. So what I was doing against this Froppy, if you notice, like I knew I needed health. And I didn't want her to get close to me, because I know like those two things I needed didn't go together. So as you can see here, what I did was I used his R2 to plant down those traps. And I made sure that when I did that, I was hanging around those electricity lines. Because if I'm hanging around those electricity lines, she needs to come towards them to get me. And if she comes towards me, she gets hit by them. She doesn't want that. And so what I did was I combined the two things together. I created a trap that she didn't want to come towards. And once I created that trap that she didn't want to come towards, I used the chance to basically heal near it. Because she didn't want to come close to get hit by the electric, which gave me that extra little bit of time to heal up. So you can use those traps as like a, you know, a barrier to yourself, as opposed to trying to trap someone elsewhere when you're playing Kaminari. And obviously I just hid in the bush for bonus points. Remember when I said earlier I hit the touch of death combo on somebody but they died before I finished it? That was it right there. So if you look, I use a special action here, as explained in the beginning. Once I hit the special action, I roll into her, and then that frazzles her. Bang. Hit her with the R2 twice, or the alpha. Bang, bang. And then I go straight into the gamma from here. And then when I hit with the gamma, then she goes down. But if she didn't go down, then I would have just hit her with another two alphas after, and that would have been the TOD. So I didn't technically get the TOD, but you know, I was on the path to the TOD. So, you know, real world application there again, if you will. And at this point in the fight, I wasn't looking in the top left, so I thought she was the last person in the match. That's why I stepped outside and took all of that damage, because I thought I had just won the match. When I got that KO, obviously I wasn't filming this, but when I got that KO and the match didn't end, I said, what the fuck? And then that's when I came over here and I saw these three guys, and I was like, oh my god. And like, listen, let me tell you, let me tell you guys, let me tell you. When I got knocked down here, and I saw this on my screen, I was thinking, oh boy, oh boy, this is gonna get messy. These guys are looking to do some Bubba Ray, Devon, and Spike Dudley shit on me right now. They're shouting, get the tables. They are looking to put me into the ground. Even look at that Froppy. She cannot wait to get started. She's probably pressing buttons in anticipation already. They can't wait to get started. So as I jumped up, I knew I had those iframes. That's why I went straight into the beta. I'm like, let me hit all of these motherfuckers all at once, just to put them all on notice. Like, nah, you guys are probably gonna beat me, but you're walking away with some battle scars. Because I came up, bang, caused havoc, and then I knew I didn't want to stay up there because I was going to keep getting hit by 3 different sets of attacks, and that's why I sort of got out of there. Really, really, really unlucky. Like, you guys saw, if the smart ones of you will know what I tried to do there, and I was very unlucky to not get it. Like, I almost had that Froppy. Look at that. I was waiting for her to land, and I wanted to gamma her right as her feet touched the ground, but I don't know, I just, whether it's my error or just unlucky, didn't work out, but close though. And obviously here again, this is where it got really close. I used the L1, the gamma, for a mobility, got out of there, found a nice corner, put myself back into tip-top shape. I got real cheeky. I said, you know what, I think I'm going to drink a green one too. No bueno though. That Froppy was like, we found you now. And I said, well, you found God. I was really gutted that I couldn't get this heal off here because I was thinking, hang on, if I keep standing outside in that zone, I'm done. And then as I was going away, I thought, hang on a minute. He's about to revive Froppy, and that's why I started to come back. And I fucked it up like an idiot. I walked into the wall, I couldn't get off the wall. It was going terrible. Silver lining. Managed to get this going. And then from here, I'm not sure if you guys saw that. When I came into this area here, the Froppy came down from the top. I knew it was going to be hard for me to hit a Froppy coming down from above because camera angles and everything like that. So what I did here was I used the beta because I know Froppy's looking to drop down on me. This Froppy coming from the top with me down there in this tight circle. This Froppy is not looking to land anywhere but on my shoulders. Like her name was Rey Mysterio, and I'm not looking to take any Hurricane Runners. So that's why I knew she was coming down here, which is why I used the beta. So if you're Kaminari and someone's trying to drop down on you and you know it, this is what you can do. I used the beta because I knew she wanted to drop down on top of me, and that was the best situation to use the beta more than anything. And there you have it. Came straight down on top of the dome because, again, Froppies, they can't help themselves. They want to just, you know, wrap their legs around you any chance they get. So I lured her into that. And I knew she was low, so it worked even better. Then the Todoroki's out. And then I was pretty confident. So I just hit the beta to finish the job. And then that was the, you know, the end 1v3 Kaminari. I bet they could not believe it. I bet they could not believe it. I'm telling you, friends were lost. Friendships were destroyed in that voice party that was going on between those three. Can you imagine this Bakugo never said anything to me after this? No GG, no wow, no, oh, I can't believe you did that. No, nothing. That dude was just sitting there like, huh? Huh? And then he went on to his next game, I bet. Didn't even give a damn. But anyway, there you go. Fun Kaminari match for you. Again, like really exciting ending. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Don't forget, like, comment, sub. What do you think of the Touch of Death combo? Do you like it? Dislike it? Do you do it a lot? How do you feel about it? And yeah, we'll see you on the next one.